Hi Aries, I'm Lateesha and I am here with your weekly horoscope for the week of August the 12th through August the 18th. And before I get started, I want to give a shout out to Miss Kelly who won the weekly giveaway, and that was a free horoscope reading with me. A free birth chart reading with me, and she won that. So I will be having more giveaways coming up soon, so keep your eyes and your ears glued, alright, so you can hear all about it. Okay, so this week on Sunday we have us a beautiful earth trine coming in, and that is going to be the moon will be transiting the sign of Virgo, and while she is transiting Virgo, she will be connecting and speaking to the signs of Uranus and Saturn. Uranus, of course, is in Taurus, and that is in your second house of income, and then Saturn is in your 10th house. And so Virgo is in your sixth house of your daily work and activity, and Saturn is in your career section, your reputation in the world. So for you, this is bringing you a great peace of mind that you will have on Sunday regarding your place in the world, the career that you're doing, your reputation that you have, how people see you, your income, your self-value, So there is a change, of course, that Uranus is bringing in, because, Uranus is all about change. So Uranus is bringing the change, but it is a good change. You feel good about the change. You feel peace about the change. It's a much needed change. So, yeah, it's a very good thing for you, okay? And there is peace, with your co-workers and so forth on this particular day. I know it's a Sunday, but, you might work on Sunday. Some people do. Okay, and then we have, also on the same day, we have Neptune in a trine with Jupiter. Jupiter is in your 8th house in Scorpio. Neptune is in your 12th house in the sign of Pisces. And so for you, this is a beautiful time, a very spiritual time for you to be able to download information from the divine, having a greater understanding, a greater spiritual understanding, knowledge, understanding from the divine realms of things, are being opened up to you at this time with Jupiter, in your 8th and in your 8th house of the people's resources, and also occult knowledge and hidden things. You could also just be receiving greater resources. People that could be blessing you. Your relationship with your mother-in-law could be fantastic at this time. The 8th house rules the relationship with the mother-in-law. So sex could also be fantastic too. 8th house rules that. So with Jupiter there, things could be great. And connected with Neptune, with your partner, you could be having the most beautiful connection sexually. When you're making love, you could just be connecting in a very beautiful and divine way, where you feel like you are one, where your souls are merging, having a beautiful time with this particular aspect going on. Okay, and then so on the same day, we have a little bit of hangover energy between Mercury and Jupiter. Mercury is still retrograde in the sign of Leo. Leo is in your 5th house. And then Jupiter, of course, is in your 8th house. So you may be hearing a little gossip or something about your kids, or even your mother-in-law may be gossiping about the kids, or the kids may be gossiping about the mother-in-law. Could be either one, something like that could be going on. And then on the next day, Mars has been retrograde in the sign of Aquarius since June the 26th, and he is still retrograde right now. So he has scooched back from Aquarius and moved back into the sign of Capricorn. And so for you, that is in your 10th house, Aries. So Mars is here asking you to revisit the actions that you are taking, to go within, questioning whether you feel that you could do more, in your career. You could reach higher heights, perhaps. With Mars, there's always a chance for some kind of discord or arguments, heated arguments and such. So with Mars here, there could be some arguments with authority figures. You could be getting into little tiffs or whatnot. Be careful about that, because you don't want to get fired. You don't want to make a bad name for yourself either. You don't want that. You don't want to damage your name, while Mars is retrograde, because he will be in Capricorn until he goes back to 9 degrees of Capricorn, and then he's going to move forward on the 26th. So you want to just make sure that you are taking care, being wise, not speaking out of anger. Be cautious in what you say, when you say it, and to whom you say it. Just vent at home, probably, or talk to someone outside of work if you have some concerns with your boss, because again, when Mars goes direct, you might regret if you have gotten angry and said something that was not the best thing for you to say. Okay, so we have that happening on Monday, and then we have on Tuesday, we have Saturn in an exact trine with Uranus, which, that's been happening since the beginning of the month, but it wasn't exact. So now we have an exact trine at 2 degrees coming in on Tuesday, which is really beautiful. You have Uranus, of course, in your second house of income, bringing in this change, much needed change. Saturn, of course, is in your 10th house. So here again, as we're talking about the career area, there's change happening, right, with your income and your career, your reputation in the world. But Saturn and Uranus are here to solidify what is going on. Of course, Mars is there, ask you to question and rethink some things and redo some things in your career area. So we talked about that. So it's just a beautiful time for stabilizing change, to come into your life. All right, and then in your area of career and income. And then we have on the same day, on Tuesday, the 14th, we have Libra and the Moon coming together in a conjunction in the sign of Libra. And for you, this is your 7th house of partnerships. So this will be a beautiful time for you and your partner, to come together and just have a good day together. You and your partner, either a business partner or your romantic partner, can just come together and have a good time. You could be talking over finances. You could be talking over any manner of thing, but there is such a peace and a harmony with the two feminine goddesses coming into your 7th house of partnerships, and just making that very sweet. Okay, a very sweet time, very sweet communication, sweet interactions. If it's between you and your romantic partner, you could go together and go together out to dinner, go sit at the beach, or go just do something just really really beautiful for your partner. Buy your partner flowers. It doesn't matter, male or female. Buy them some flowers, or buy them something that they really like, and spoil on them. This will be a good time to do that. Okay, and then we have on the next day, we have on the 16th. Let me go to my calendar. I was on this by memory. Yes, on the 16th we have the Moon in opposition to Uranus. The Moon is going to be in the sign of Scorpio, and then of course Uranus is in Taurus. So the Moon will be in your 8th house and making an opposition to Taurus. So the question could be coming up about resources. You could be feeling uneasy about your resources that you have. Maybe you've requested a loan, maybe you've requested a grant or something of this nature, and you're concerned about your income. And then with the moon being here like this, there's an uneasiness and a worry that you have, coming in with this opposition, because something has changed. You weren't expecting it to change. You were expecting things to go a certain way with your income, and then here's a change that comes in, and so it brings in this level of worry. But then on the next day, we have Jupiter coming out. Well, the moon will come into a conjunction with Jupiter, and Jupiter brings blessings, and Jupiter also expands. So but this combination with Jupiter and the moon, they will be in a beautiful trine with Neptune. So Neptune is in your 12th house in Pisces. So with this trine coming in here, there will be some answers to the question that came the day before, to this confusion that came the day before. There should be some answers that come from the divine, either by way of dream. You see something, you read something, you see a sign, you hear something, but it brings you a resolution to the thing that you were concerned about the day before. And then from there, you're able to move forward, okay, regarding, this question about resources and so forth, and the change that has happened, okay. And so that's all that I have for you this week, Aries. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great week, and I send you love and light.